everybody. Welcome back to One Mic, One Brain. It's your girl Jade, and today we're talking about something that has been on my mind lately. Being in your 20s, and honestly, this topic feels extra crazy for me because I'm turning 21 next month. Yay me. Like, hello? When did this happen? I feel like I literally just turned 20 and now I'm suddenly 21 is around the corner. And why did everyone make it sound like once you turn 20, you're supposed to do magical, have your entire life figured out? Like, excuse me? I'm still trying to figure out what I'm eating for dinner half the time. So today, we're gonna talk about things I wish sometimes had told me before entering my 20s. The pressure, the friendships, the relationships, money, work, figuring yourself out, and just trying to figure adulthood without completely losing your mind. Because I'm literally still learning all of this to myself. So, let's just get started. So, number one, nobody has it all figured out. First thing I wish somebody told me that nobody actually has everything figured out. Especially when you're getting closer to 21. It feels like you're supposed to suddenly become this completely responsible adult. You can scroll on social media, see everyone buying houses, getting married, having kids, starting a business, traveling the world. And you're sitting here like, okay, what am I doing wrong? And honestly, everyone's timeline is different. Some people figure things out at 25. Some people figure out things at 35 and that's okay. Just because I'm turning 21 doesn't mean I need to have my entire life planned out. I'm still learning, I'm still growing, I'm still fighting. I'm still figuring out what I want. Friendship changes. Another thing nobody warns you about is friendship change. People you thought would be in your life forever might not be, and honestly, that can hurt. Sometimes your life changes. Sometimes you realize that friendship just isn't healthy for anyone anymore. And that doesn't necessarily mean anybody is a bad person. Sometimes people are just meant to be part of one chapter of your life, and that's okay. As I get older, I'm realizing that getting up also means accepting that everybody is going to grow with you. Money is a whole different story. Let's talk about money now. Because adulting says, you wanted freedom? Here's the bill. Rent, food, gas, subscriptions, random things that appears out of nowhere. And suddenly you're like, where did my paycheck go? And turning 21 doesn't magically make that anything easier. I'm learning at being an adult isn't necessary about making a ton of money. It's about learning how you manage what you have. Budgeting, saving, not spending your entire paycheck because you got excited on payday. Because payday will have you feeling rich for about 6 hours and then you're out of money. That's how I feel a lot sometimes. I'm trying to learn, my boyfriend's trying to help me save money, but it's just not working, But it's okay because I'm just a girl, I'm learning. I'm getting there. Now, here's a lot of the biggest things that I have learned in my entire life is stop comparing yourself to other people. Yes, I do have a habit of comparing myself to other people. I overthink. I always think like, oh, what if I had her body? Would I be this? Like, I overthink a lot and I care what people think about me, even though I know you should not. It's just how I was learned growing up. So stop comparing your life to someone else. Especially when you're getting older. You start seeing people your age doing things you haven't done yet and start wondering if you're behind. But you don't know what somebody went through to get where you are. You don't know what their life was like behind the camera. Most importantly, their success doesn't mean you're failing. Someone else chapter 10 doesn't mean you're behind because you're on chapter 3. You are still writing your story, and honestly, I'm remembering myself as that as I get ready to be 21. Now, finally, I know a ton of people, y'all change your mind, and that's okay. You're allowed to change your mind. You're allowed to change your career. You're allowed to change your goals, and you're allowed to discover that something you might thought you wanted isn't actually what you want anymore. You're growing, you're learning who you are, and honestly, I think we give ourselves enough permission to figure ourselves out. You don't have to be exactly the same person when you're at 18. You're supposed to grow. I'm realizing that I'm 21 doesn't mean I suddenly have to become a complete different person. I'm still me. I still have fun. I can still be goofy, and I still make mistakes. I just get to keep learning and growing along the way. Now, let's talk about turning 21. So since I'm turning 21 next month, I actually want to talk about how I'm feeling about it. Because part of me is excited. Like, yes, I'm 21. Yay. I get to buy alcohol. I get to do this. I get to do, like, 21 adult stuff. All that. But other part of me is like, am I ready for all this responsibility? All this when you turn 21, you get ID'd a lot. I look young for my age, so people think I'm not the age that I am. So, yeah. And because 21 sounds so grown. When I was younger, I thought 21 years had everything together. Like they had their career figured out, their money figured out, their relationship figured out, and their entire future plan. And now that I'm almost 21, and I'm like, girl, we're still figuring out, and I think that's okay. Maybe being 21 isn't all about having all the answers. Maybe it's about realizing that you don't need all the answers yet. I'm excited to see what this next year brings me. I want to grow. I want to experience new things, and I want to become more confident. I want to keep working towards my goal. And most importantly, I want to enjoy being young instead of constantly worrying about whether I'm doing enough. Here is my final thoughts or your final thoughts that you have. So if you're listening to this and you're in your 20s and you're feeling lost, I just want you to know you're not alone. I'm figuring things out too. I'm only about to be 21 and I still don't have anything figured out. And that's okay. I think we're just learning as we go. Sometimes we make the right choices, sometimes we make mistakes, sometimes we change our mind, and sometimes we have actually no idea what we're doing. And I think that's the whole point of the stage of life. You're figuring out. And that's it for today, everyone at One Mic, One Mind. If you're related to everything that I just talked about, let me know. I have one question that I want you to answer. Is one thing you wish somebody had told you about your 20s? And if you're around my age, tell me. What are you expecting about your 21 years? Thank you guys so much for listening, supporting me, and don't forget to subscribe, follow for the podcast, and wherever you're listening to. And remember, you don't have to figure all your whole life out. You're allowed to take your time. You're allowed to grow, and you're allowed to change, and you're allowed to enjoy every journey. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye!